Jai Hind students, how are you? So today I am going to start a new chapter of civics, chapter 1. What is democracy? Why democracy? In this chapter, we will discuss about democracy, what is democracy, its feature. This chapter builds on a simple definition of democracy. Step by step, we work out the meaning of the terms involved in this definition. The aim here is to understand clearly the minimum features of a democratic form of government. After going through this chapter, we are able to difference between a democratic form of government and non-democratic government. Now, what is democracy? Democracy is a form of government in which the rulers are elected by the people. Means it is a form of government in which people have right to choose their representative by the system of voting. That is called a democratic government or a democratic country. Now in this definition, who are the rulers? What kind of elections? Who are the people? And what kind of government? So these are the questions arises from this definition. There are some features of the democracy. First feature is, in a democracy, the final decision making power must rest with those elected by people. Means the representative which is chosen by the people, the final decision power with them only. Means they have a right to take some final decisions for the citizens. Now we will take some examples. That is it really happen in some countries that all the most of the countries are saying that we are democratic, but are they really democratic? Are they fulfill all the features of the democracy? So first we take the example of Pakistan. General Pervez Musharraf led a military coup in October 1999. He overthrew a democratically elected government and declared himself the chief executive of the country. And later he changed his position to president. After that he declared himself as the president. And in 2002 he held a referendum in the country and granted and with the help of referendum it granted him a 5-year extension. Now there is a term referendum. What does it mean? It is a direct vote in which an entire electorate is asked to either accept or reject a particular proposal. This may be adoption of new constitution, a law or specific governmental policy. It means in referendum they ask only that either yes or no. So in this case also that with the help of referendum that and it was all done forcefully. So most of the people say yes, and that it adds extension in his position. So with the help of referendum he granted 5-year extension. Pakistani media, human rights organizations and democracy activists said that the referendum was based on the fraud and the malpractices. In 2002 he issued a legal framework order. According to that, he amended the constitution of Pakistan. Means he changed the constitution of Pakistan, and according to this order, president can dismiss the national and provincial assemblies. And with the help of this legal framework order, he get more power. In his government, the work of the cabinet ministers is supervised by the National Security Council, and that council is also fulfilled by his military officers. Means actually उसी का रूल था पूरा, जो military officers थे वो भी उसी के थे. Cabinet ministers का तो कोई रोल ही नहीं था. After passing this law, elections were held to the national and provincial assemblies. So Pakistan has had elections. Elected representatives have some powers, but the final powers rest with the military officers and the General Musharraf. Or we can say that most of the powers are with only Musharraf. So that's why we can't say that ki Pakistan is a democratic country on that time also, and today also we can't say that ki Pakistan is a democratic country right now also. Pakistan always say that ki we are a democratic country, but impact of military is there on the present government also. आज भी मिलिट्री का इम्पैक्ट ज़्यादा है उनकी गवर्नमेंट पे. सो दैट्स वाई वी कांट से दैट कि इट इज़ अ डेमोक्रेटिक कंट्री. सो इट मीन्स this country can't fulfill the first feature. So how can we say this country is a democratic country? Now the next feature is a democracy must be based on a free and fair elections where those currently in power have a fair chance of losing. Means elections जो हैं democratic country के according elections जो हैं वो properly fair elections होने चाहिए. So now there is one more example. So now we'll take the example of China. In China, elections are regularly held after every 5 years for electing the country's parliament. And that parliament is called that National People Congress. So that National People's Congress has the power to appoint the president of the country. And they has nearly 3,000 members elected from all over China. Some members are elected by the army also. Before contesting elections, a candidate needs the approval of the Chinese Communist Party. ये वहाँ पे एक पार्टी है चाइनीज कम्युनिस्ट पार्टी, उनका अप्रूवल चाहिए होता है. Only those who are the members of the Chinese Communist Party or its smaller parties. So those who are the members of these that Chinese Communist Party or that 8 smaller parties, they were allowed to contest elections that were held in 2002. The government is always formed by the Communist Party, and this country got its. In this country, government is always formed by CCP. Example of that, Mexico holds elections after every 6 years to elect its president. The country has never been under a military or dictator's rule, but until 2000 every election was won by a party that is called PRI, Institutional Revolutionary Party. डोंट बी कंफ्यूज. इस पार्टी का नाम थोड़ा सा इट्स फुल पार्टी नेम इज PRI बट फुल फॉर्म इज इंस्टीट्यूशनल रेवोल्यूशनरी पार्टी. सो इट्स लुक समथिंग ऑकवर्ड बट डोंट बी कंफ्यूज. Opposition parties did contest elections but never managed to win. PRI was known to use many dirty tricks to win elections. Like those who were employed in government offices, they had to attend all its party meetings. Teachers of government schools used to force parents to vote for the PRI. Media that was largely ignored the activities of opposition political parties and except to criticize them. There was full control on media by this PRI. Media was not allowed to show anything against the PRI. And they always show the good things about this party and show the bad things about the opposition parties. Polling booths were shifted, which made it difficult for people to cast their vote. PR spent a large sum of money in the campaign for its candidates. So these are the some dirty tricks that was used by the PRI. So after looking this example, we can't say that that country before 2000 they had any free and fair election. They don't have any fair election. Third feature is, in a democracy, each adult citizen must have one vote and each vote must have one value. Means every citizen, adult citizens means above 18 or above 18. Like we take the example of India. So 18 or above 18. So each adult citizen have one vote and each vote have one value. We have that universal adult franchise also. Like there are some countries which don't have equal voting rights. like the example of Saudi Arabia. In Saudi Arabia, females don't have right to vote. In Estonia, those who are from the Russian community, they don't have right to vote. In Fiji, those who are the original Fiji, they have right to vote, and like they have their value of vote is one, and those who are the other one or the outer one, they also have a right to vote, but their value is counted as half. So we can't say that ki they all have the equal voting rights or the universal adult franchise is there. Now the fourth is democratic government rules within limits sets up by the constitution. So again we will take the example of Zimbabwe. Zimbabwe attained independence in 1980, and since then the country has been ruled by ZANU PF, the name of the political party. This party led the freedom struggle, and this party helped this country a lot to gain independence. Its leader Robert Mugabe has been ruling the country since independence. Elections have been held regularly and always won by ZANU PF. On this political party always won the elections. President Mugabe is popular but also uses unfair practices in elections. Over the years, his government has changed the constitution several times to increase the power of the president and make him less accountable. इनकी जो गवर्नमेंट थी इन्होंने बहुत बार कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन में चेंजेस किए मुगाबे ने खुद को पावरफुल करने के लिए और खुद को काम रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटीज़ देने के लिए खुद को पावरफुल बनाता गया और उसने उसके लिए काफ़ी बार कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन को चेंज किया. Opposition party workers are harassed and their meeting disrupted. Public protests and demonstrations against the government are declared illegal. जितने भी उसके अपोनेंट्स थे उनको हैरेस करना, and he said that all the strikes he declared that as illegal. There was a full control on the radio and TVs. These people, those who are from radio and the TV department, they always show the good things about the Mugabe. And he always pressurized the court also, means he always pressurized the judges also to give the decisions according to him. So it means he was not work according to the constitution, means this country not fulfill the fourth feature. So I hope with the help of these examples the features are clear to you. So these are the four features of the democracy. So we can say any country democratic which fulfill all these features. So that is about today's lecture, that is what is democracy and what are its features. These are the four main features of the democracy. So on the basis of today's lecture, prepare notes in your fair notebook. Till that time, take care. Thank you.